Hello and welcome everybody, I am Adam the Silly Host and this is Host Watch. Today I would like to talk to you about the Mandalorian, especially Season 2 that I have just watched. The Mandalorian is a TV series of the Star Wars universe that is available on Disney+. Be warned, spoilers ahead. First of all, I am not a big Star Wars fan. For many reasons that I don't want to get into at this moment, but there are many things that I like in Star Wars, especially like the Clone Wars, the animated series. I really loved that. I really liked Rogue One. That was a really good movie, and to be honest, I really like The Mandalorian. I won't go as far as I love it, but I really like it. So what I really like about The Mandalorian is that it's a small scale Star Wars story, that it's not about really big people. I mean, there are some famous people in The Mandalorian, but overall it's like one guy against the whole world style of thing, and I really like that. So let's get through the second season, somewhat episode by episode, to talk to you about my opinions. First of all, after watching the first episode, I mean, it was a kind of a funny episode. But there were some things that I felt are questionable, like that once he shot his rocket from his jetpack, but then a little later a new rocket appeared on his jetpack, and I was like, where did he got that from? I mean, as far as I know, he had like one. Or is there a place in his like Batman belt where he keeps more, or so how does that work? I don't know. But anyway, the really big thing from the first episode was to me the cameo of Boba Fett. First of all, I love Boba Fett. He is a badass rogue assassin. I mean, I really like the character, and from one point of view it's really good to see him back, but from the other it's not, and let me tell you why. We saw Darth Maul die, and then he was resurrected. We saw Palpatine die, and then he was resurrected. We saw Boba Fett die, and then he was resurrected. So yeah, I know that we never really saw each of those characters actually dying, but it was heavily implied even more. I mean, it was like they fell down a hole, they were eaten by a monster. I mean, how do you get out of there? You can be the most badassest assassin ever, but my point is that the problem with making dead characters come back alive, it's like death becomes meaningless if you can just flip a switch and you can bring back characters, because by this logic you could bring back pretty much every single Star Wars character that ever died, because you could say that, oh, he was like not really dead, he just fell down and fell asleep or something, or he was resurrected by this new force healing stuff or something like that. I mean, to me this is a huge problem, because death becomes meaningless. Death should mean something. If a character dies, then that should be meaningful, powerful, and with every character like being able to come back, it becomes like, then what's the point of dying? if they can just be resurrected a few movies or a few episodes later. I mean, isn't there enough creativity to make a new character? I mean, again, I love Boba Fett. He's one of the best characters in my mind in Star Wars. But, I mean, yeah, that's just... it's just not good storytelling when everybody can come back alive. So, anyway, let's leave to that and let's jump onto the second episode, which was a disappointment in a sense that the Mandalorian is walking into one trap after another, and it's so obvious at some points that that's another trap, yeah, that's another trap. So anyway, the really good thing about this episode, that frog lady, she was so cute. Oh, and in the third episode, the frog family, I mean, that's like the cutest thing ever. I mean, I was so happy for them and everything, so that was like, okay, this series can show me like true emotions, goodness, cuteness, so yeah, that's a really big thumbs up from me. On the other hand, the third episode, my problem was with the costumes, with the, how do they are called, Mon Calamari or something like that, those squid people. As I said, I am not a Star Wars fan, I don't know all characters and species by heart, so sorry for that. But anyway, the squid people, and everybody else had those weird prosthetics, so they look like whatever. Those prosthetics felt so cheap, so raw, so bad looking. I mean, they couldn't really use their fingers and everything, and it was just bad. It felt like watching a cheap Hollywood movie with no budget to doing something better. I mean, they could do something better. This is Star Wars. This is made and funded by Disney. They could have done something very good looking, not just stiff plastic on all over their bodies that don't show any movement, any emotions, and that wouldn't look so fake. In the third episode, of course, the Mandalorian falls into another trap, but he is saved by other Mandalorians. I was really happy about the old Mandalorian characters from the Clone Wars, because it was played by an actress, Kate Chekhov, whom I really love from back from the Battlestar Galactica days. That's one of the best sci-fi shows ever in my mind, so it's really good to see her again, and I really hope that we will see more of her later on. I mean, give her a series on her own. I mean, you can do it. You are Disney. You have loads of money. Come on, do me a solid and do that, please. That would be amazing. Like Mandalorians all over the place, retaking their homeland, fights, battles, intrigues. Oh, I would love to see that. That would be amazing. The fourth episode starts with the Mandalorian going back to his friends. Well, friends. Anyway, the repair guy. He's so sus. I mean, it's like... It was so badly done, making him sus. I mean, you could do that more subtly. In a way that people don't feel like they are looked down on. Like, I felt like, I mean, yeah, I mean, even a 4-year-old could tell that that repair guy who tried to repair the Mandalorian's ship, he will do something shady. I mean, that's again bad storytelling. This episode, the fourth episode, was really good because we can start to put things together, like it's part of a bigger story arc. When we start to feel like that Supreme Leader Snoke, that he was like made, like he's some sort of a clone of some sort, and that's really interesting thing in my mind, having him like an artificial being or of some sort, and not like a genuine being. I don't even know. So that was a really interesting thing. Then came the fifth episode, which felt like we were traveling to Japan. I mean, the setting was like, wow, I have seen many samurai movies and that really felt good. But the bad guys, they just... I don't know. The bad guys sometimes feel way too simple. I mean, they are just random bad guys. I want money, I want power, I have no brains. Seriously, can we come up with some bad guys who have more into them, who have deeper goals, who have better character developments? I mean, please, give us better bad guys, not just clones who are useless. I mean, the stormtroopers. Yeah, when I say clones, I'm thinking about the stormtroopers. The stormtroopers are so useless that it hurts me. I mean, and it feels like even today, I mean, everybody knows that stormtroopers are useless. They are horrible. Why would someone make them? I mean, it makes no sense to me. Just make some droids that actually have some brains, like assassin droids, just in numbers, or what was those dark troopers or what, that actually could kick ass. I mean, just make more of them, seriously. But anyway, Ashoka. Seeing her, that's so amazing, because that means that she's still alive. I haven't watched the latest Clone Wars reboot or continuation, so I will have to see that. I have no idea what happens in there. Sometimes they put like, forgive me for saying this, but like long forgotten actors into cameos, or like known people into cameo positions who they don't really do much, and I don't really see the point in this, because it's not really a selling point to me to see that, oh yeah, I saw that guy 40 years ago in a good movie, and who cares? Put there people who are meaningful today, or either give some new guys a chance who really couldn't break into big movies, in my mind. Not some old actors who have just nothing else to do. Episode 6. Finally, Boba Fett is back. It was a really interesting return, because it made me think, because at first I was like, Boba Fett, he's evil, he does bad things, and so on and so on. And I had to realize that Boba Fett was never really evil, I guess. He was hired by evil people. But I don't remember if he really done anything evil. I mean, genuinely by himself. He's just like a bounty hunter, an assassin. And if you pay him to do something, then he will do that. And if that is something evil, then he will do that. If that makes him evil, well, I guess, then he is evil. But it was a nice change, because to me, this means that there is some sort of a character development. I have no idea what his intentions are, and what we saw in the last episode, I can't tell much of that, because he killed bad people and he sat on the throne. So now, will he become a bad guy, or will he try to turn Tatooine into something better? I don't know. I mean, I think it really has some sort of a potential, because Tatooine is a... oh boy, is a really, really horrible place, and if he could turn it into somewhat better by getting rid of the bad people, I mean, do that, dude. I am all in for that. If he just becomes the bigger dog who runs the show, then what? I mean, I don't really know what would be that series look like. I mean, at that point in the show, he's like old. I mean, he's really like an old dude. So I don't know. I hope that they will turn him into something more than just the kingpin of Tatooine. The 6th episode, where the Dark Troopers actually kidnapped Baby Yoda, that was like such a stupid scene in my mind, because the Mandalorian walked down from the hill, he put down his jetpack, and he didn't get it back. And I was like, why, dude, you are going to fight. Why wouldn't you need your jetpack? And then I had to realize, oh, because if he had his jetpack, then the Dark Troopers wouldn't be able to kidnap Baby Yoda. Ah, yeah, figures. I mean, bad storytelling once again. The Dark Troopers look really cool. They are really durable. Though they still look like somewhat stupid, like the average droids or random stormtroopers. I think that they could be really powerful under the right circumstances. Of course, not against a Jedi like Luke Skywalker, although I would be interested to see what he would be able to do if he would have to face like a dozen or maybe multiple dozens of these Dark Troopers at the same time. Because let's be honest, for a Jedi, getting rid of a couple of Dark Troopers at a time, that doesn't seem like much of a deal. Episode 7. It was a good redemption story for Mayfeld. Nothing really else, to be honest. But I liked the episode overall. It was a good episode. But there came the moment of the biggest problem, because the Mandalorian removed his damn helmet for pretty much no apparent reason. And back then, when I was just at episode 7, I was like, oh wow, he did that to find Baby Yoda. That's like, dude, you have all my respect. And back then it felt like meaningful and so amazing. But then came episode 8 and he removed again his helmet in the ending, and I was like, guys, you messed that up. You messed that up. Because removing his helmet at episode 8, that should have been the height of the whole season. That should have been the most powerful and emotional thing ever. But it wasn't. And it was because just one episode before he already did that. He just showed his face around, and for not much reason, but just to get some information. So, yeah, I am sorry. That was a mistake. I mean, showing his face in episode 7, that was just stupid. That should have been rewritten to something else, because that rendered the removing of his helmet in episode 8 meaningless to me. I mean, yeah, you showed your face like last episode, so what? Still, it was a really emotional and powerful scene, but it was much less because of that. That's a silly, stupid mistake. I mean, who are writing these episodes, seriously? Episode 8 had another problem, for me, meaningfully. What would be the lead doctor who meant to do something like blood transfusion with Baby Yoda being alone in space with a couple of pilots? I mean, that's, again, stupid. That's stupid. Another problem with episode 8 was that when the laser gun jammed, my gun is jammed. How can your laser gun jam? It's an energy weapon. It doesn't have parts that could jam. It shoots out laser. Electricity doesn't jam. I mean, you have some problem with sticky keys or what? But the ladies fighting together, that was an amazing scene, and I really like that, and I want more of that. More, please give us more badass ladies kicking ass, please. Another thing, why cannot the dark troopers hack the doors to get in somewhere like R2-D2? That's like a question for me, like, why is R2-D2 so special? I mean, I get it, because he is like hardcore badass and everything, but why is he special in that regard, that he can hack doors and there isn't another droid who can do the same thing? I mean, these are dark troopers. They are designed like decades after R2-D2 was made, at least decades. So haven't anyone thought about what if they need to get in somewhere and there would be an easier way to just put their sticks into the holes and access the system and open the doors? Would that be too hard? Or, and one more thing, blast doors cannot be punched open. I mean, those doors are supposed to withhold blasts, huge blasts, and those robots for the dark troopers were just, let's punch them a few times and they will be open. Wow, that's either the worst blast doors ever, or I don't know, that's bad. Luke Skywalker, wow, that was an amazing scene, but it was sort of predictable, because let's be honest, there are not many Jedis in the galaxy, and after Ashoka didn't want to take on the mantle of being the teacher for Baby Yoda, well, who else could it be? I mean, there are probably some expanded universe Jedi running around here or there. Well, Ezra maybe. That would have been an interesting choice, because now Baby Yoda is going to be Luke Skywalker's Jedi school, where, well, as far as I know, everybody dies there, so I don't know. I hope not. I hope that at least Baby Yoda will grow up to be a badass Jedi Mandalorian mix. That would be so awesome. The ending was very nice, good, emotional. Again, taking down the helmet meant nothing at that point, but it was a really good episode. Overall, Mandalorian Season 2, big thumbs up. I really liked it. It was a good story. The visuals were overall good, and I really like the characters too, and there is so much potential in it. I don't know, I really want to see Season 3, and I don't know what will they do in Season 3, because the Mandalorian pretty much did his job, so he's free to do whatever he wants, I guess. What I would love to see is him teaming up with the other Mandalorians and taking back their home planet. Whatever is left of that, I don't know. But that would be an amazing, I mean, he and the ladies fighting together, I mean, please. But anyway, thank you for listening. If you enjoyed this video, then please like, share, subscribe, you know the drill. Have a wonderful day, everybody. Goodbye.